good evening. I'm Phil Herter, formerly an electronic technician in nuclear submarines, and as director of GINS-Velo, I would like to introduce the hybrid electric cycle. Our team designed an aerodynamic shell on a high-performance three-wheeled trike frame and enhanced it with high-tech sensors. This can be your first all-weather, year-round cycling pod. All right. So riding a regular bike with bad posture can be very stressful on your joints. The recumbent position is definitely the way to go. If you notice the skeleton we got up there, you're going to feel it in your shoulders, your neck, your back, your wrists. But, you know, if you're relaxing in the recumbent position, it's like being your most comfortable lawn chair. Cycling long distances becomes no problem at all. And truly, this is a bike like no other. How can I describe for you what the experience is like? As you approach your Velo, the hatch opens and you sit down in the cockpit and you get comfortable in this sporty reclined seat. Pneumatic pistons silently lower the hatch closed and the nav system illuminates, and intuitively you grasp for the ergonomic controls, you check your destination on the trip computer, and blast off. Okay. Imagine yourself coasting along on the open road and you can see everything around you with this huge windshield plus 360-degree vision cameras with front and rear display. You can get back to nature again, feel the sunlight, hear the birds chirping as you roll down the tree-lined avenue. You're gliding along with silent pedals or effortlessly on electric propulsion in a climate-conditioned cockpit. All right. Oh boy. You now have the freedom to pilot your hybrid cycle much farther than you ever imagined, within a 100-mile range, and to give it a boost that will flatten any hill you encounter. And it has extra storage for gear and supplies, making errands and shopping a breeze. Of course, it has unlimited human-powered range. It's light enough to pedal, of course, and it can easily be your first electric vehicle. You can arrive at work without need for a shower. You won't need a car, a license, insurance, or gas. Arrive at your destination feeling refreshed and know that the return trip at the end of the day will include an adventure. Most Americans aren't really feeling great just sitting in their cars. So now you can avoid all that traffic, smog, and congestion, and just get out and enjoy the fresh air, going your own way. Now that you're feeling healthy as an electrified cyclist, we also want to help you be aware of what you're breathing as you travel through urban areas. The option for pollution sensors will tell you what's in the air and alert you if the exhaust levels get too high. Your internal air is filtered and purified, HEPA and charcoal filters, so you can do your part to be environmentally smart, enjoy life more, and worry less. Ginzvelo has already been tested and endorsed by the guys on the Discovery Channel and American Makers. We're all over the internet, and we have a backlog of orders. Models range from $4,000 to $8,000 depending on options selected. We are setting up to produce 60 units each month and are opening up city hubs near urban centers to keep up with demand and lower delivery costs, and also make them according to the locals' requirements. The Hartford hub is able to produce over $3 million in profit per year. The U.S. Census shows electric bikes are on an escalating trend with nearly 300,000 Americans are now commuting by bike every year. We're catching up because China is way ahead, projecting their market to be 34 million units a year by 2023. That's right around the corner. Ginzvelo is taking steps to be right there. Locally, we're looking for investment for mass production of the windshields and body shells in New England. We have several partners, including TI Trikes, who does a titanium frame, CT Composites, the Center of Advanced Technology, and UConn Engineering. So if you are ready for cutting-edge cycling technology, you may order online or have it sent for assembly at your local bike shop. So choose a Ginzvelo hybrid electric cycle and live the future.
I'm just curious how heavy the basic model is.
It's about 80 pounds.
That's very light.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Two questions. One is, what is the shell made out of? And does it improve the safety if you're being impacted by a car? And two, I've noticed that the space behind the wheel is open. You get a draft over there. Can you close it if it's really cold or something?
Yeah, totally. You got a lot of questions. No, that's great. I love it. The first model is fiberglass. We want to go carbon fiber, of course, and we're going to enclose the bottom, so it will be sealed. And in fact, as you're therefore, it can filter the air and have a bubble of pure air within there as you go through the city. You know, because you're talking about particulate matter or ozone. I wouldn't want to not have airflow if you're concentrating it within the little shell. So that shell is going to be the cleanest thing in the city, for sure. Oh, and in terms of protection, no, I mean, it's not a car. It is significantly more protected than a regular bike. It's a lot more conspicuous. That in itself becomes a safety feature. It's fared so it can offer a level of deflection, for sure. But it's basically like riding a bike on it. Yeah? Wherever you want. Wherever a biker can go. Wherever a cycler can go. I mean, you could park about 6 of them in a regular parking spot. Anyone else? Yeah? Envisioning what kind of model? Oh, like a ride share? Oh yeah, I've given that significant consideration. I want to talk to the people who are, like for instance, at a beach resort or Walt Disney, or essentially any college campus or any large company, they could have these available to cross. Does that make sense?
Are there any cities where the presence of the electric motor on a bicycle would make it a motor vehicle and then subject to the local motor vehicle rules, or is it kind of a consensus that across the board you put an electric motor on a bicycle, it's still a bicycle?
It's interesting. I think it pertains to kind of like wattage, and then wattage as a square of its mass. So essentially, if you get it below the capability of a moped, it doesn't require to be licensed. Basically under 20 miles an hour, but you can, I suppose you could tell everybody you're doing 20 miles an hour and make it all the way to 30 in the, where nobody's around. But anyway, bottom line is, you know, it's safe, it's extremely safe. I've personally taken one above 55 miles an hour. Downhill, whatever. Yeah.
Can you give some idea of sort of three-meter comparison between maybe a road bike and your prototypes?
A road bike. Let me tell you about the performance comparison. I mean, for instance, even if your road bike has an electric motor, I mean, you know, people have heard of the Copenhagen wheel. You just swap out the back wheel. The thing is, above 12 miles an hour, you're just getting like a wall of wind at you. So therefore, I like to say it's very aerodynamic, and it's like going through the air like a buttered dolphin. You know, it's fantastic.
What are the charging requirements?
Oh, it's a 48 volt, 20 amp hour. Maybe it takes about 2 hours. Yeah, it's regular 120 volt. Yes, one more. Tammy? That's a sealed center motor assembly. Return to the manufacturer. No big deal. Otherwise, eventually we'll have bike shops to be able to take care of that.